So sometimes it can be a little bit hard knowing what to do for breakfast or brunch if you want something savory and you're not having eggs. So I'm here to save the day with something that sounds a little bit weird but tastes very, very good, which is a tofu scramble. We're going to be doing it today with some creamy mushrooms, and we're going to be putting them both on toast with some avocado. So the first thing that we need to do is chop our onions. So I use a white onion for the scramble, and I really do like red onion in the mushrooms just because the sweetness of it works really well, but you can use white onion for both if that's easier. And once you've done that, we're going to chop a few cloves of garlic, which will split between the 2 pans, some for the tofu and some for the mushrooms. So you want to add them both to their pans, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, and get them cooking. And you want them to cook for about 5 minutes or so, just until the onion starts to soften. While that's happening, we're going to slice our mushrooms up nice and small. We're going to slice up our spring onion, and we're going to chop up our chilli. The chilli is optional. I like a little bit of spice, but if you don't, definitely leave that one out. And once we've done that, we're going to add our spring onions to the pan, and then the chilli, and that combination of the kind of white of the onions with the green and red I think always looks really good. And then we're going to add our mushrooms to the mushroom pan and just stir it all up and let those start cooking. After a couple of minutes, we're going to add our tamari to the tofu. Tamari is a gluten-free soy sauce. If you want to use soy sauce, that works perfectly as well. And as well as that, we're going to add our turmeric and our smoky paprika. And then we're going to add some thyme and oregano to our mushrooms. Although you could use any herbs, things like rosemary or herbs de Provence or mixed herbs would work brilliantly in there as well. And of course, you can use fresh herbs instead of dried if you've got any hanging around in the house. So once your pan is bubbling away and it's all that kind of gorgeous goldeny yellow, we're going to add our tofu. Now I use a firm tofu just because I think it holds its texture a little bit better. And what you do is you get the block and you just crumble it in with your hands like this, and that's what creates the texture. Now we've done it really simply today just with the spring onions and the onion and things like that and the tofu, but this is actually a perfect dinner as well for an easy stir fry. So you could use this exact recipe, but before you add your tofu, add things like broccoli or bok choy or cauliflower or carrots, courgettes, you know, whatever you've got in the fridge, and stir that all up. Then add the tofu, so you've got protein and veg and a kind of 10-minute dinner as well. So use this recipe and add to it because, as I said, it's a really brilliant, easy meal, kind of Sunday night supper type thing. So you can see the turmeric powder has given the tofu that nice yellow colour, and this is only going to take a minute or so to cook. So while that's cooking, we're going to add our coconut yogurt or just plain yogurt to our mushrooms, and we're going to put our toast in the toaster. So here we got it. It took me maybe 10-12 minutes for the whole thing, so it's really speedy, but it looks pretty fancy when it's all finished. I'm excited to dig in. So you guys have to let me know if you try it, and definitely try adding in the extra veg. And again, you'll find the next recipe video at 6 o'clock next Sunday, so make sure you subscribe, and if there are any recipes you want to see videos for, any ideas you have, then let me know below.